contracts have been signed just yet, so...
Alrighty, well, taking a look here at the defense as they roll out here, it is going to be, for the SG-1 side, Fraggy on the Reinhardt, Mose on Mercy, Seda on Lucio, Himsy going to be on the Reaper, Zappis on 76, and Mafu rounding things out here on the Pharah. So pretty standard defense coming out here, no Symmetra, no Junkrat, sort of new age Hollywood defense, but teams have been playing this pretty well, Hex.
Yeah, I mean, it's New Age Hollywood is definitely European in my opinion. They've been playing just super standard-ish defense. Like, let's just get good heroes, and then we'll just play very standard. We don't need teleporters. We don't need turrets. Let's just actually have our guys play the good guys, and then we'll just rock it there. So that's definitely been a trend in the EU scene, especially. And I think a lot of it always can come down to Zappis on his 76. Offensively, unfortunately, they're not rolling out with that Bastion. For now, it is Cruz on the Lucio, Unfixed on Pharah, Winghaven on Reinhardt, Balutaja on his Reaper, Morte, of course, on Mercy, and Kib, just talked about it. He's going to be playing Hanzo.
Well, Kib looking for the Hanzo arrows. Hanzo, of course, feast or famine, either gets picks early on and wins the fight for his team, or looks like a fool in the process. And Kib looking for the first pick. Gonna be hard to get through the Reinhardt shield here. This is where teams can really position well against this. And Himsy, in fact, takes out Cruz, who got a little bit over aggro. So first pick of the game going to SG-1. And SG-1 is doing a brilliant job of defending this right now. Of course, as I say that, Unfixed comes in over the top, is able to take out Himsy. Both teams trading out back and forth here. And for Unfixed, he's one to watch. He's had days where he's had a phenomenal Pharah, days where it's been less than great. Hopefully for his sake, this is one of the better days as Reunited now looking to move in, taking their time. Unfixed looking at the soldier who was in the cafe, forces him out of the cafe. Defense is doing a really good job of going back, but oh no, Lazay gets picked by Winghaven, and now this is a big opportunity for Reunited as they only need a few more kills to do this. They will have a res, the defense will not.
Yeah, Zappis trying to get some work done in the back lines, but he is all alone. It's up to him to just do so much damage. It's not going to happen as Kib does get another couple kills. Balataja gets more kills as well. This defense getting absolutely rolled over.
I don't know how Zappis ended up all the way back there, but usually that's not a good thing. Your soldier ends up in that area. Dragon Strike comes out now for a good measure from the offense. Kib might actually be switching off here in just a second. We'll have to see. Yeah, he's switching off. Can't get in the door fast enough, goes to Genji, and I like this. Genji is very good on the second stage of Hollywood. Dragon Blade, great at just going through, cutting through a defense.
Yeah. Kib is a Shimon.
And good luck from Reunited here thus far.
Yeah, I mean, they look phenomenal. Now, the defense is able to hold this first roof. They might be better served trying to back up holding second roof as Balataja or Winghaven just taking the slow ride up. Bad choice, Winghaven. I don't know exactly what he thought was going to happen there, but the rest of his team wasn't with him. It was just a Reinhardt taking the elevator.
Well, Taj is challenging this right now.
Yeah, this is
maybe
weird.
It's a little bit of hubris, I don't know, but now he's fighting the Reinhardt. Reinhardt coming in, swing the hammer, gonna take him out. Fraggy, not afraid in the least. And the defense doing a pretty good job of hanging on to this high ground right now. They're not giving up space to Reunited, and Fraggy somehow ending up with most of these killing blows. The Reinhardt cleanup is real.
I mean, as good as they looked in the first 30 seconds of the game, that's how odd they've looked in the last 30 seconds. I don't understand what they were trying to do on the roof, and I think that the entire team didn't really understand because they weren't going together. They all clearly had different plans there.
Well, lots of ultimates are up now for both teams. Fireworks will be going off soon. Both teams have a great chance of taking this next fight. Sound Barrier up for Reunited a little bit sooner though. Seda does not have it, so this is a window for Reunited. If they open with Sound Barrier and go in, Seda's not going to be able to respond. They would probably be able to take this fight. I don't know if they realize they have that window, but the Sound Barrier does come in. They're looking for their opportunity. Hammer comes down, Baltage right now going to the back. Here comes the Death Blossom. Winghaven with the cleanup right on top of that Death Blossom. Makes it a quad kill. Huge res though coming out as SG-1 has opportunity. Counter Death Blossom all the way from Himsy with the Sound Barrier as Himsy explodes for a double kill. So we told you there would be fireworks. Res now comes out from Reunited. And we'll see if this res gives them what they need. They do get 2 pickoffs right after the resurrection. They have momentum on their side as Unfixed just cleans up from the air.
Yeah, so they finally get through. They did not really have to go crazy on the rooftops. Didn't have to switch heroes. I thought maybe Winghaven at some point would have to go to Winston there to take that top control as he was unable to ride the elevator early. They're going very hard forward on this offense right now.
Yeah, they're going in deep, and right now for Reunited side, it is absolutely working. They're keeping the pressure on. Unfixed going to knock back the Reinhardt. Reinhardt in big trouble. His shield goes down. He goes down. And for United, they now have a 6v5 advantage and a window of opportunity.
Yeah, they're just holding this high ground now on the offense. They've got a complete dominant hold up here. Voltage is going to come in over top. Yeah, defense holding extremely far back, which I think is probably smart. Anytime they held a little further forward, they got punished for it.
They're moving forward. They're taking their time. Both teams do have Barrage at the ready for the next fight, so fireworks will be coming out regardless.
Thanks for the assist.
And actually, take a look here at Voltage. Voltage being very far aggro, very deep in right now. 2 kills here from defense, though, but here it comes unfixed. Barrage of his own, takes out 2. Mafu gonna take him out in turn. This is why Pharaohs are really careful not to barrage one other Pharaohs up usually. They don't want to die to easy rockets, which happens all the time. Sunbear, though, comes out from the offense. The offense trying to push the issue. Mafu hanging on to the barrage, not able to end what he wants. Goes for a panic barrage and gets absolutely nothing off of that Hex.
Well, he did get Morte, so the Resurrection's not going to be coming up. The Res had just been used anyway, so they do take out the Mercy there. He did get credit in the kill feed, but that's what the Barrage was effectively supposed to do. They burned 3 ults to try to get Mort there. They tried to attack Visor, and then he hid behind this power block here. Then they barraged on him too. I mean, they went all in to take down the Mercy. Kib's got his Dragon
Some
Blade
defensing in here. Himsy about to have a Death Blossom up. Voltage has as well, and don't forget about the Dragon Blade. So again, Ultimate's about to go off here in just a moment. Soundbear, though, comes out from the defense. They want to take the initiative. They're going to do just that. Himsy comes off with Death Blossom in the back, gets the double kill, moves in, takes out Winghaven. And Soundbear is so important for setting up either defense or offense. Can't go in if you don't have a Soundbear yourself.
No, not at all. So, I mean, offense is going to have to just regroup here. They're back out. They are going to have their Resurrection up for this next fight. They're also going to have Barrage. Winghaven with a couple of swings will also have Earthshatter, so they just really need to combo their ults while the defense is pretty much barren when it comes to being able to respond to those. Definitely give the next fight advantage to Reunited.
Reunited has a great opportunity to put this one away here from the next fight. Voltage and Kib and Unfixed all have the ability to really turn this into their favor. Kib going back now, looking for the 76. Swing the sword, can't swing it one more time. Not able to get the kill he's looking for, gets knocked right back. Kib, not like this. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Voltage. Voltage a little bit deeper, goes for the Death Blossom, gets the double kill on the other side. Mercy now, way in the back. She gets the res and doesn't even die yet. Oh my goodness, how is Lizay still alive right now, Hex? Gets to Mafu, able to help out Mafu, and Mafu's gonna get the barrage. The defense does not have this yet.
Yeah, Fraggy's saving his life still alive. Yeah, Fraggy's actually going crazy right now. He just stopped Winghaven from doing anything, then hit his own Earth Shatter, cleaned up a couple off of that. Morte is going to go down late in this fight. Kib still alive. He's going to try to get chased down. Dragon Blade did not do as much as they wanted there. It took them way too long to get any sort of kills. It opened up some room, but they unable to kill Lizay as well. As you mentioned, that Resurrecting came in was huge, and they used all their ults, got no progress. That's a really, really bad push.
I mean, there's nothing more to say there than to say that Lizay should have died. If Lizay died, I think Reunited takes that fight. Lizay was able to get through there, got the res, and everything just went so poorly for Reunited after that. And now, going to this next fight, the tables are turned. They're going in without an advantage. All they have is Sound Barrier, but there's a defensive Sound Barrier. Everyone's got to break it down. And Himsy and Mafu are poised to explode. Getting the right opportunity, lands one rocket on the fix, looks for more. Himsy in the back here with the Death Blossom, takes out Voltage. First kill here, make it 2 kills. The Mercy is down. There will be no res here for the offense, and I do not like this Dragon Blade at all.
Way too late.
Maybe it'll work. I mean, he's gotten 2 kills off it, but he's still, so much of his team was dead to start that out. Kib, what have you really gained here?
Yeah, it's way too late. I mean, even if he takes on Mercy there, it doesn't matter. You can't be popping ults with 2 and 3 members of your team down, especially when one of those members is your Mercy, not going to be able to resurrect. So maybe signs of being new to the team kind of showing up there for Kib, but that, yeah, definitely a mistake, especially a valuable ult like Dragon Blade. You can't do that.
Because now that Dragon Blade would have been really useful here for Reunited. They're not going to have it. Mafu's going to be able to come in over the top. He's looking for a barrage. Offense actually getting very deep in. Winghaven right at the spawn door. I don't know about this though, because look at the other side. Himsy was able to get 1 kill here on the cart, just getting kill after kill. Voltage regulates it a little bit. Here comes Mafu. He looks for Morte. Morte bites the dust. That is absolutely worthless. They gonna res up the Fallen. Let's take a look at Fraggy. Will Hammer be coming down? I think it will be. Might not even need to, because Himsy gets 2 kills in the back. Fraggy's gonna move forward. Will he Hammer cruise just to be sure? He will, but not with the ult, just left click.
Yeah, I mean, with only 8 seconds left, Fraggy's just going to wait for them to try to push in. He's going to hammer down and try to clean it up and prevent any sort of delay coming in.
Oh, here comes Morte. Morte does get the res, but too little, too late. Big deal for Mafu, able to get in on Morte to start that out. If Morte is alive, maybe they have a chance. If Kib has Dragon Blade, they probably have an even better chance. So, I don't know. Some pretty big mistakes coming out there from REUNITED, and they've given SG-1 a great opportunity on their attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a little bit surprised that REUNITED flubbed that push that they had going there. I mean, a lot of it, I think, came down to Dragon Blade not getting the targets that they wanted. He did create a lot of space with that Dragon Blade, but it took him, what, 3 to 4 seconds to take down a Soldier 76 in the back line, who's not even really your ideal target, as Soldier 76 is standing in his bionic field. You really just want the Mercy, and I think that was one of the biggest differences, that Lizay played really well. He was able to elude every, assassination attempt on him, able to get those clutch resurrections, and REUNITED just never really able to get their combos working together on the ultimates, and a couple questionable ultimate choices there coming out of their new player as well. So not the greatest there, and now all SG-1 has to do to take this first map off of REUNITED is get the card a little further. 70.73 is the distance set.
SG-1 is giving themselves a great opportunity here, and for them, take a look here at their offense. It's going to be Himsy on the Roadhog, Lizay on Mercy, Mafu on the Pharah, Seda on Lucio, Zappis on Zarya, and Fraggy rounding things out here on the Reinhardt. Pretty good, solid offensive lineup. And I gotta say here, FX, I think if REUNITED wants to hold this, they're gonna have to do it on point A. I think if we get to the Streets phase, the odds of them actually keeping SG-1 off last, very slim.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you there. So we'll see what they're kind of just running here. I mean, defense looks very, very standard. Offense looking as just about as standard as can be. No one running really anything outside of the box. Both teams going whole hog here. Himsy on Roadhog is usually a delight to see. We're going to see what Kib actually has on his Roadhog too. I've not been able to watch a ton of him on that. I've seen him mostly on Genji. So really needs to prove his hero pool depth here.
And for Kib, I mean, he definitely had good points on Genji. Just, I think his Dragon Blades last round were not the greatest, didn't use the best judgment, so we'll see if he can redeem himself a little bit here on the Roadhog. Offensive SG-1 moving in. For SG-1, they can be really methodical here. They know all they have to do is complete the map, so they're not really under the time pressure that you normally would be here on attack. Mafu can be very patient, and when they do see the opportunity, they can go in. Big mid-air rocket comes in from Mafu, almost takes out the Pharah outright. This could be the opportunity. They want the speed boost is in. Mafu calls for it, but they're not able to get it. Kib immediately countering Fraggy, and Unfixed going to win the Pharah battle. So 2 kills here for REUNITED, and they should be able to hold here.
Yeah.
SG-1 gonna have to back up and regroup.
With your shield hero down as well, there's no way you can keep pushing, and not in the position they were in. You're just going to eat way too much damage. It's just an untenable position as Fraggy got hooked early in that fight. They did land a hook on Valtaggio, but he was able to wraith out of it.
Unfixed right now, shooting rocket after rocket from the top. Has barrage at the ready, gonna go for Mafu first. Mafu versus Unfixed, fighting it out, but Mafu going to win that fight. 2 kills here for the offensive SG-1. They're moving in. They have a big opportunity in Morte. Are you ready to bring your team back up? 3-person res coming out from Morte. Lizay is still up in the back. And Mafu, will he have a barrage at the ready? Does have to deal with Unfixed. Unfixed can barrage in turn. But I'm going to know here, Lizay has a res up that Morte does not, so even if the offense gets wrecked here, the res is at the ready. Unfixed does punish Mafu for the barrage attempt. Here comes a barrage of his own, takes out Lizay. There will be no res here from the offense. And the Mercy play really settling this because Lizay died, Morte did not.
Worse because Lizay popped that res and everyone died immediately after anyway, so they're not going to have it in the next fight is the unfortunate part of that. Fraggy for the moment was on a Tracer for some reason. He does switch back to Reinhardt. That was weird. Himsy's going to switch off of the Roadhog onto Reaper instead.
So, defense does get a chance to reset here. Defense, of course, in the red. Colors did not switch off on round change. That is the new system, the new reality. And SG-1 made a real opportunity there. They weren't able to capitalize and REUNITED. This is the best chance for their victory opportunity. If they can hold this next push, they're in a great opportunity of just winning off point A alone. And I think that's what they need here, Hex. They don't want this to go to the Streets phase.
Yeah, I think maybe even SG-1 should just poke for a while. Even when Zappis gets this Graviton, they might be better served waiting for the second fight. Here comes the Graviton.
Graviton comes in here from the offense. Does get 2 kills in the beginning. They're moving forward with poise. The res does get burned early. Lizay is still up, so the offense still has res up. Valtaggio goes in, takes out 2. Mafu hanging onto his barrage right now, but Lizay goes down. Winghaven was able to get that back, takes out Lizay. And this is terrible here for SG-1. They're not going to have a res, despite the early thing. But a big barrage comes in from Mafu, gets the double kill. Mafu trying to put on his hero pants right now, fighting versus Mercy. Mercy not going down, will go down in the end. And even without Lizay's res, is SG-1 going to be able to take this? Graviton does come out here from Zappis, pulls in 2 people.
Desperation Tron right there, as she was the only one alive, had to do it to keep pressure on this point, but I think again that, I mean, she got a second Graviton.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
That was great stuff coming out from Zappis to actually build the second Graviton that early. Usually Graviton on the slower ult. And SG-1 is starting to muscle on the point here, despite kind of the problems they had with the last engage. Himsy, though, goes down to the Earth Shatter, not able to get what he wants. Winghaven cleaning things up. And REUNITED's looking good here, although a lot of it just comes down to the fact that Lizay has not been having a very good game.
No, he's died a couple times here and there. I think overall, this SG-1 squad just looks a little uncoordinated here. I mean, I want to praise Zappis for getting Gravitons up as quickly, but I feel that neither were used all that well. They started that fight with a Graviton with no follow-up. They got a second one off, and he used it again.
They're taking this back right now, Hex. So Zappis is in the back and does get effectively 2 kills with the head of Mafu, and this Tracer play is being the hero that SG-1 needs. Lizay does get a good res, brings everyone right back into it, and SG-1 keeping the dream alive. And remember, they're not under time pressure at all. All they have to do is bring this to the end. So that was looking really good for REUNITED, and heroics from Zappis able to turn the tide.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do in the streets here. Mafu's already up. Kib was just kind of poking at the front end there. We'll see if they can transition here. Volatage's still on that Reaper. I would love to see him back on his McCree, but that might just be for my own entertainment experience. Zappis instead comes up on the McCree. Zappis really showing his hero depth, as he's played 4 different heroes so far this match.
And we see McCree coming to the vote again. No real surprise. McCree is great for dealing with Pharahs under the right circumstances. Mafu, though, under pressure in the back from the Genji. But Himsy in the front gets the double kill, moving things forward. Takes out on Fix as well. Completes the triple, but Morte is right there at the resurrection. Gonna bring up his team. And again, it's gonna come down to Lizay here. Lizay still has res, or is about to have res. Will be able to bring up his team if necessary. It isn't necessary, though, as Mafu gets the 3K, moves over to the back, and SG-1 gonna keep momentum here. And this is what they need. They still have 2 minutes left to get to the next checkpoint, and they'll get even more time after that.
They're absolutely rolling. They're going to try to take down Kib in the back line to make sure that he staggers his death. He's in a really rough spot. He gets taken out by Mafu and McCree at the same time. They're going to be able to hold this. They're going to be able to fight for the next turn, but they're going to be fighting into a high noon and a resurrection. They're not going to have a res of their own. So this fight, for all intents and purposes, should easily go to SG-1.
Things are looking really well for SG-1. The Deadeye comes out, will zone out some of the defense. Doesn't quite get what he's looking for. Genji reflecting a flashbang, and this is not looking bad at all for REUNITED. They do get some of the value they're looking for. Winghaven with the Earthshare takes out Seda. 2 are down. Lizay has to burn the res early in the fight. Morte goes down, though. There will be no res here for the defense. And off of this Mercy play, I do think we're going to see this cap here for SG-1. And SG-1 had a great opportunity to win this, as Zap is just executing Cruz with a shot to the head.
Yeah, Unfixed has been uncharacteristically quiet. I can't remember saying his name once yet this match. He's had Barrage up for a little bit now, was unable to get it off in that last fight. Didn't necessarily need it because his team had already lost by the time he got it, but he's not really had the greatest game on Pharah. I mean, I guess that is overshadowed by how well Mafu is playing on his Pharah.
SG-1, they have a little under 3 minutes remaining to get to last. Momentum is on their side. Will Kib and Voltage have some heroics? That is a real question here. They are looking for their opportunities. And Kib, he needs a good Dragon Blade. It's been kind of a quiet last round and a half here for Kib. Zap is able to take out Voltage, so Voltage is not going to be the hero right now, at least not until a rest from Morte. Kib right now working his way to the back, looking to get him to McCree, has the deflect. You know, look at SG-1. They're not even caring about the Genji in the back. They're just moving forward. Things are working out as Kib now. Dragon Blade at the ready. Voltage drops the Death Blossom. Really back and forth here between both teams as they're both looking for an opportunity. Rez comes out from both Mercies, but REUNITED towards the end, off of Voltage unfixed. They're going to get 4 kills between themselves, and they will wipe out SG-1 here. What was a very chaotic fight.
Yeah, everyone hit Q. Literally everyone. I was going to say, like, halfway through it, I'm like, looks like a lot of people using ultimates, and then 3 more ultimates came in. So pretty much no one's got anything up for this next fight, minus Zappis, who is remaining on that McCree. He does have his Deadeye up and available. Kib's going very deep right now. He's not going to get punished for it, as he does strike his way out.
SG-1 still has huge opportunities there. A minute 30 remaining here in this matchup. Voltaja able to take out Himsy. Pretty back and forth here. Voltaja trying to be the hero, moving to the back line. Tries to take out Fraggy. Fraggy, though, says, I have a hammer for you. Rez does come up here from the side of Morte, though. But again, this is good for SG-1. They forced out the Rez first, and so long as Lizay can stay alive, but he's not going to stay alive. Voltaja goes to the back line, gets the Death Blossom, takes out 3. And the Dream is dead, just like the Mercy. There will be no res here for SG-1, and now only a minute remaining. Things looking a lot better here for Reunited.
Well, I mean, that Death Blossom really tells you that Voltaja crushed them in the last minute or so, because he just used the Death Blossom. You should not have it up that fast unless he's just murking people, and he must have been, because he just got another Death Blossom, already at 12%, and he's having himself a nice game on that.
Let's take a look at Kib right now. Kib looking to get to the back line, pulls out the Dragon Blade, looks for Lizay. One more slice all it needs. Lizay goes down. No res here for the offense. And oh my goodness, the Dragon Blade Barrage combo doing all sorts of work here for Reunited. And this is pretty close to GG. SG-1 will have one more opportunity, and they do have some ults, but everything has to go right for them if they want to win this game. So they have a slim chance, maybe about 15% I give them.
They need to wait for Sound Barrier and hopefully also get Himsy's Death Blossom up. And Himsy should come up over the top, in my opinion. He should not be running straight through the front door.
Deadeye coming out from Zappos. Let's say what I upgrade to SG-1 here at 30% chance. I think they have the better ult game here. They have a lot of ways that this can work out in their favor. So we'll just see Fraggy first kill of the fight, takes out 2 immediately. Let's take a look at Morte. Morte's gonna have to res the Fallen here in just a moment. The offense doing what they need to do right now. They drop the beat, they move in even further. 3-person res coming out here from the side of Morte. Still though, they forced the res out first, and if Lizay can stay alive, big opportunities as Himsy now. The Death Blossom moves in, takes out 2, and SG-1X, they are going to do it. They're moving forward, everything is in their favor. Fraggy and Himsy cleaning house. And they have defeated Reunited here in map 1. Well played to them. The ult momentum in the end just very much in their favor.
Yeah, I think we're going to see more McCree, because McCree absolutely won this fight for him early on. They were trying to come down, was Reunited, and push in, get everything going off of Winghaven's charge. Winghaven got absolutely flashbanged out of his charge. It allowed Fraggy to not get charged, stay alive, and then Fraggy went ham on his own. Flashbang is such a high utility of just instantly switching a fight into your favor, because if Winghaven gets that charge, Fraggy's dead. He doesn't live through that because they weren't going to have Sound Barrier up yet. He lives, they take down Winghaven, they get Sound Barrier up, everything starts going in their favor, and it was because stuns in FPS games are really, really useful, and Zappos' McCree had the perfect target right there, stalling out Winghaven from that fight at the very beginning.
No, it absolutely worked out, and SG-1 proving why this is why we want to watch this game. SG-1 has upset potential, and even though Reunited has been rattled as of late, SG-1 beating Reunited, that's big, given where these two teams usually stand. SG-1 usually fighting a little bit more from behind, more of a dark horse. Reunited more of the front runner, but they were able to take it in a very close match in Hollywood, and we'll see just where Reunited wants to bring us next.
Yeah, so we have Kings Row and Gibraltar up next.
Yes.
I could see either from Reunited being the choice here. I didn't know which one they banned out or which one they chose here. Let me take a look at that.
Well, you look at it, Reunited banned out Gibraltar, SG-1 banned out Kings Row, so my guess is that Reunited would probably want to bring us to Kings Row, but you never know, maybe they saw something in the SG-1 squad where they go, you know what, maybe we actually do want Gibraltar. We'll just have to see. Gibraltar doesn't even get here to the end.
It was in the late phase of bans, too, so it's like Gibraltar was already in the pool when they banned it out, so they were just deciding where they wanted to go to first. So it's not necessarily as like impactful as banning it first or anything like that. So it could go either. I feel like Gibraltar is a map that Reunited could do good on. I think they're okay on those long maps, those distance maps, but I also think they might struggle with it because it's a map that you do have to switch your composition in a ton. It is a lot about taking high ground, so you need Winstons. Although now that they have Kib, who's kind of looks like he's going to be their Genji main, the taking the high ground might not be as difficult for them.
Alrighty, so we are waiting to see what the next map will be. Reunited still deciding. My gut feels Kings Row, but I don't know. I don't actually feel that confident in it. I give it maybe 55-45 in favor of Kings. We'll see. I mean, it wouldn't be an Overwatch game if we didn't go Hollywood and Kings Row 1-2 like that, though. The way things are, it's just like, oh, okay, we already played Hollywood. Better go to Kings Row. And for those who are wondering what we're talking about here, just oftentimes in the map draft meta right now, teams are very comfortable on Hollywood and Kings Row, more so than perhaps any other maps in the game at the moment.
Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. This is the GosuGamers EU Weekly, I think number 15. We've been doing this for a while now. Of course, our sponsors for this tournament are G2A. If you want to get games for a little bit cheaper than you can at retail, G2A is where you go. If you want to play those games with a nice keyboard and mouse and other gaming gear, head over to Rocket, another sponsor of ours. And what game would you play but Overwatch? And if you want to learn Overwatch from the pros, go to owkings.com. I think we might still have a coupon code for them. I know it's GoSu for 10% off. And then if you're looking to play Overwatch after you've gotten the game, after you've bought the keyboard, after you've learned how to play, you want people to party with, you want to find your Mercy main who can actually stay alive, go to pf.gg, that is Party Finder GG. It is a tool from our GosuGamers devs to help you find people who want to play the game in the same way that you do. People who like to party.
That is some absolutely gorgeous selling out, Hex. I mean, it felt natural for a moment. It just felt like it came out of nowhere. Awesome. But it will be Kings Row as the next map. Letting the casters are ready. Teams are ready. They're asking if we can go, and we're just going to get right into it. SG-1 up one map over Reunited. Reunited looking to fix their fortunes here on Kings Row. We'll see if they can do that. And if they do, we're going to be moving on to Watchpoint Gibraltar. So right now, I feel like either team could take this. Both teams were very, very close in the last match.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we wanted to jump into this. I mean, we have so many good quarterfinals set up, but this one stood out to both of us. As we mentioned, that these teams have a bit of a history, that SG-1 has been able to upset Reunited, even when Reunited, in my opinion, was at their peak. Now, some people have kind of disregarded it, being like, well, that was right off of the beta break. I don't know, man. That's still extremely was surprising when they beat them. So a little bit interesting here, and also SG-1 taking that first one, and a lot of just small moves, small mistakes here and there from Reunited as they try to readjust to this roster. Now, on defense, Zappis, who stood out to me last game as just playing a bunch of heroes very good. He is the hit scan specialist on this SG-1 team. He's going to be playing Soldier 76. Lizay is going to be playing Mercy. Fraggy, of course, on his Reinhardt. Himsy is going to play a defensive Reaper. Mafu on defensive Pharah. And Seta on Lucio. So nothing out of the ordinary at all. Extremely standard play. I guess the one thing that's a little bit interesting is they're not running a Roadhog, but this is still a fine and standard defensive composition for Kings.
Well, there's no Roadhog, there's no Junkrat, there's no Symmetra, so they're going with the much more in-your-face defense. I've seen teams favor a little bit more nowadays than the classical Junkrat Symmetra, where you could throw in a Roadhog on that as well. So cool to see different strategies for defense here. At some point, we'll have to get proper names for, okay, they're running this defense versus that. Just kind of like we had the Crossfire defense on Gibraltar, which not as much of a thing anymore. But meanwhile, taking a look here at Reunited as they set up, it's going to be Winghaven here on the Reinhardt, Unfixed on Pharah, Volataja on McCree, Cruz on the 76, Morte on Mercy, and Kib going to be looking here for the pickoffs on Hanzo. Hanzo is in the house, X.
Yeah, Hanzo is definitely back into this meta for sure. We've seen so much of it on Kings Row. What you want to do is get all that poke in. Sonic Arrow is super valuable here. And we've seen Dragon go absolutely crazy here as teams try to reinforce through this tunnel.
And Kib right now, he's looking for an opportunity, knows that Reaper is there, lands one arrow, looks for that shot, not able to get it. Meanwhile, Moth from the back was able to take out Winghaven. The offense is down their shield tank. And this is where the defense can be way more deadly with their poke. Once you're down a shield tank, it almost feels like you're naked when it comes to an offense, because you have nothing protecting you from these rockets from Mafu, nothing protecting you from Zappis' poke. They really need Winghaven to get back, and luckily for them, Winghaven has rejoined the fight.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting down behind this shield. Winghaven is now all alone up front here. I'm actually surprised Zappis is not giving him some damage from behind. Himsy takes out Volataja early. There goes their damage. Defense going to come in off of this.
Kib gets his first pick, but Himsy's already taken out two. They force the res out of Morte very, very early. Lizay still holding onto his res. And he might just use it to bring up Zappis here, given that they're winning this fight anyways. They'll get it back sooner rather than later. But actually, they just let him respawn, and that'll be that.
Maybe now, because Mafu might be really important in this next fight, and he's going to have Barrage up.
I feel like he should res up Mafu here. But he's just going to wait for him to go, and now they're going to be down Mafu for the next fight. I don't know about this. I feel like the tempo res to bring up Mafu is a better idea here, because now, look at this window of opportunity for Reunited as they move in.
Well, Mava's going to be here very soon, so maybe they just felt like they had enough time to be able to do it. Now, this is not enough damage on a Fraggy shield to be able to run the Reunited signature combo of crack the shield and a Deadeye, but it does zone out a lot.
All right, here comes Zappis. He has things in his sights, shooting over the top. Gets taken out by the Helix rocket of Cruz. First kill of this fight going fair Reunited. Fraggy, though, turning right back. And look at the ultimates right now between Mafu and Himsy. They're ready to explode. Lizay, you need to bring your team back into the fight. He will. Death Blossom going to be here from Himsy from the sound barrier. Not using it just yet, holding on to it. Will he regret this, I wonder? And no, he's just going right back into Morte. Uses Death Blossom, doesn't want him to get away. Gets a double kill, but unfortunately for Himsy, he's off on an island. The rest of his team, aside from Seda, kind of dead here.
Well, I mean, Himsy's doing his best to bring this back and just solo this. Lucky for him, he's got self-sustain. He's going to stall it out enough to at least give his team a chance to come back in if they so choose. Here comes Fraggy.
I don't know if I like this. This feels like throwing good money after bad. They're not going to get the positioning they need here. They need to back up and defend the first band. If they go in on that, they are fools.
I don't mind Himsy being in there for as long as he was. He didn't really have any choice. It's not like he was trying to stay there. He just was the only one alive after that fight. But I think he was giving them the chance and kind of the timing to see, like, are we going to be able to come into this? Fraggy did charge up to there. Then they decided, way too late. We've lost too much. Let's not throw into this. And they're already down in this next fight looking at the ultimate advantage.
So defense is able to reset up here on the bend. Reunited, though, not slouching in the least. They do have a lot of ultimates to their name here. They are about to have Barrage. They have Earth Shatter. They have Deadeye. And I feel like teams have actually played worse against Deadeye in recent memory just because they don't go up against it as much. I've seen really just poor mistakes against that ult, which probably to be expected since we're not in days where you run double McCree and see it every 2 seconds. But look at this defense being super aggro. Mafu on the way in, off of that speed boost, gets the double kill. And Reunited just getting caught with their pants down right now. Unfix is going to go down. Lucio has to get out of here. Kib, Wraith forming away. Nope.jpg. Oh my goodness, SG-1 being so aggressive. They're getting back out though.
Yeah, they got to get back now. I really like it though. They've taken the fight to Reunited a couple times here as soon as they find their opening. Now, this first S-Bend is actually defensive favored in my opinion, then it switches to offensive favor when you get to the second one. So I really like when teams are able to hold up here. It just gives you much better angles. It's less flankable than the second part too. Speaking of flanks, there's Reaper on the backside. Himsy looking for a giant Death Blossom. Oh god! He gets caught.
Does get caught. Both teams 1-1 on the cart right now. It is a brawl. Mafu's going to be coming in here from looking for the pick on Unfix. Him and Unfix just brawling it out. Neither wants to drop a barrage while the other is still alive. Meanwhile, Zappis in the back gets a double kill. Going to get taken out by that barrage. Justice ring for above. Mafu's still in here, and he's got a counter barrage of his own. More Justice comes in. Mafu on the double kill. About to be a triple. Oh my goodness. Mafu, the big barrage value, knocking Kib around like a ragdoll. And that, what more can you say, but just well read by Mafu to win that fight.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because we haven't seen a ton of SG-1 lately, but I feel like Mafu's having a coming out party. I don't remember him being this good on Pharah. He's been absolutely crushing. He's been so much the better Pharah than Unfixed, and Unfixed is a really, really good Pharah, but Mafu's just found his positions. He's been taking chances on his barrages, and they've been paying off.
So take a look here, Himsy right now just creeping in the back. Not McCree, but can still creep nonetheless. And look at the offensive moving in. Here comes Himsy going to the back line. Has to Wraith form, doesn't want to die to Deadeye, but Big Oshara comes in, knocks down 3. Himsy looks for the Death Blossom value, does not quite get it. And the offense doing an okay job in the very beginning, but Fraggy swinging the hammer, going to get the kills that the defense needs. And Morty at the res though, this fight's not over yet.
No, that was just really weird from Lizay and Fraggy. They took this kind of odd angle to go to the right. Lizay chased them down and just made himself extremely exposed. Pretty much just gave his life away to Kib's Reaper. Really odd positioning after that fight. They chose to go get a small pack instead of backing out correctly with the shield up. Cost them their Mercy's life.
So Reunited keeping momentum going forward. They definitely want to turn this map back in their favor. They have 3 minutes left to complete this map. And ult-wise, relatively even between the two teams. Both teams relatively drained. Mafu will have an ult up soon, so will Kib, but next fight here going to be won mostly without. Earth Shadow though comes in from Winghaven, sets up 2 kills here for Reunited. Voltaja piling on, gets a third. Lizay going to bring people back to life. Mafu, one of those people, has Barrage at the ready, looking for Morte. Morte giving him the slip, able to get back and away. And while he's looking for that, Unfixed rockets him in the back. There will be no further reses here for the defense, and this is looking quite good right now from the side of Reunited.
Yeah, there have just been some really interesting positional deaths coming from SG-1 in the last couple minutes. Fraggy misses his charge, does not get there in time. Lizay is going to come onto the D.Va here.
Voltaja getting the pickoff that he needs. 2 kills here for Reunited. They are piling in. Kib with the final Death Blossom takes out 2. And that's going to be Reunited capping this at 218. So we do a little bit of fuzzy math right now, and that ends up being 642. Yeah, 642.
Yeah, my math skills sharp. That's the one time I'm going to try to do that today because I got it right. I'm going to just keep my percentage at 1,000.
I feel like teams have somehow forgotten the rules today. I don't even know.
It's been a little bit confusing for teams. I mean, can you really blame them? Rules have swapped a little bit the last couple weeks, so.
We have gone through a lot of rule sets as of late.
I mean, not you and I. Well, we're subject to the same rule sets as everyone else. We're not really the shot callers in this thing. We're just guys talking about the game. But the rule set is now that we only run stopwatch if both teams complete. We feel that's a pretty fair way to do things. That the team that completed it faster does get to win the map rather than going to a draw or a sudden death. That's kind of what we've always done here. But instead of pure stopwatch all the way through with checkpoints and things like that, Blizzard has implemented this great progress system that we are very happy to be using.
I'm just making sure, yeah, 6:42 I believe was time, because, yeah, you combine that together, you get 9 minutes. Alright. Just making sure that I'm not failing at math, which is entirely possible while running production doing everything else. You would be surprised at the errors you can make.
No, you probably just thought you were wrong.
I'm from NA. I'm just going to blame NA education. Well, let's go. No, either way, though, looking here at the defense coming out from the side of Reunited, it's going to be Kib here on the Reaper, Winghaven on Reinhardt, Voltaja on McCree, Cruz on Lucio, Unfixed on the Pharah, and Morte going to be on the Mercy.
Yeah, and Kib played a pretty good Reaper, which is something that I think they knew they had to add to this roster. Reaper is definitely a almost must-pick hero in a lot of situations now, so they added him in. He's played a better Reaper than I think Shades did, so that's why they're probably happier with his play. Offensively, Himsy's going to be on his hog, Zappis on that Hanzo. Fraggy is going to be playing Zarya, Seta and Lizzie will be supporting Lucio and Mercy, and Mafu again on that Pharah.
So Kib right now waiting for his opportunity, just sitting in here, waiting for the offense to come over, looking to just flank in on the Reaper. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want to, though. It can be medium risk, medium reward. Mafu right now just poking in. And for SG-1, they don't have tons and tons of time here. They have enough time, but they do want to be somewhat swift. They don't want to get stuck in point A forever, so I'd expect to see them being a little bit more aggressive in the moment, as both teams right now just looking for the all-important first pick. Take a look here, they're being more aggressive. Speed boost on the way. Mafu able to take out Unfixed with the Zappis. First kill to SG-1. Now this is where they're going to move forward. They're going to take a little bit more of an aggressive posture. Both teams still trading out kills, and Zappis now. Dragon Strike on the menu. Here it comes. Will the Dragon be sated? That Dragon is going to go hungry, X. Got absolutely nothing done.
A little starving Dragon there. Himsy does take out Voltaja towards the end, but I feel that the offense has already maybe lost a little bit too much here. They are going to stay on the point. They're sustaining in this fight.
Soundbear comes up from the defense zone. Now they're going to push the offense all the way back. That is what Reunited needed. And SG-1 just needs to hold this back up. And here comes the Death Blossom from Kib. Kind of wasted. They got one kill off that, but that was not worth in the least. I feel I'm not... Right now, with this entire set, I'm not loving Kib's ult usages.
Yeah, I mean, maybe part of that is just a learning experience. Maybe he's trying to go too impressive. But even there, I mean, even if he gets 4 kills there, I don't like it. What's the point?
Graviton comes up Friday, 3 people in, group hug treatment on the way. SG-1 looking to capitalize, but let's take a look at Morte. Morte's in the back. He's going to get the 3-person res, brings up all the fallen heroes. And there's still an opportunity here, but here comes Mafu looking for the cleanup after the res, takes out 1, looks for more. Causes people to scatter. 2 extra kills here for SG-1. No extra res on the way, and they still have a res of their own, so... Oh my goodness, Unfixed just got bopped by that rocket.
Well, that might have saved him from trying to do a foolish barrage, so he should be happy he ate that rocket there. I mean, it didn't much better in this fight, but God, Flashbang is so good. It just knocked Himsy out of his whole hog ultimate. Like, that's how important your basic ability is. It stops ultimates, and especially in this meta where you see so many Roadhogs and so many Reapers, Flashbang I think is so useful that even if you don't think McCree is as good as he used to be, and clearly Fan the Hammer is not, I think he's still going to find a place in this meta. Voltage has been probably the best McCree in EU for a very long time as well.
Voltage, I wish Reunited would use on McCree a little bit more often. He is incredibly good. It's what he has probably the most time on relative to anyone else in the game. I am serious. Like, there's a point where he's been McCree before it was cool. It's probably him versus Arts here when it comes up. But here comes the Dragon. The Dragon does get its meal there. Zapp is taking out Voltage. 3 kills here for the side of SG-1. And a lot off of the bow and arrow of Zappis as Mafu able to open things up a little bit over the top as well. And that's going to be a full team wipe. It's kind of weird how that worked out there for REUNITED. They were just a little bit too far out, got caught with their pants down, and SG-1 didn't even have to expend that many resources on that.
No, I mean, yeah, you expect to at least punish a team to win a fight by having to use all their ultimates. Now they're going to be close to having a barrage up here. Himsy again has that whole hog going.
Whole hog on the way out right now. Will crack the shield with ease as they move forward. Pretty good stuff right now coming up from SG-1. Zappis able to take out Unfixed, and Zappis has been on fire in the last push out, but here comes Kib. Death Blossom at the ready, only gets Fraggy, has to back out, meets Himsy in a dark alley. Has to Wraithform away, and SG-1 is keeping on the pressure right now. Dragon on the way, that's going to zone them out or going to kill outright. And SG-1 should be able to grab this X.
Yeah, they're definitely
Morte right now in deep trouble. Gonna eat the rocket. Down he goes. 4 kills here for SG-1. SG-1 grabbing this, and time-wise, they have about 2.5 minutes left, so they have a good 3 pushes left in the max. And they could send REUNITED the losers right here, right now.
I mean, they have their tank ultimates up too, which are so important to win out maps because it keeps people in their doorway. Himsy is especially, a whole hog is going to be super useful. It seems like REUNITED is still trying to do their old combo and it's just not working. They're trying to crack shields into Deadeye, which usually nets them 3 to 4 kills. They're just having a lot of hard time trying to crack Fraggy's shield. He's been smart about it.
Mafu is in an absolutely deadly position right now, right over the top, has Mercy on him, has Barrage at the ready. This is nothing but scary if things work out the way he wants them to work out. Voltage with zoning. Deadeye gets an arrow in his head. It was not, in fact, High Noon. And SG-1, they're moving into the sound barrier. They sense blood in the water. They move in with the brush from the back. Down goes Unfixed. Every kill lighting up in favor here of SG-1. Morte is dead, and Hex, with 1.5 minutes left, SG-1 is in a great position now to win this match.
They should be able to do it because they have Earthshatter and Dragon at the ready here. They're going to both come out to zone this door. Here comes the Dragon on that side. Kib's able to get in, but that's not enough.
SG-1 takes it. They're going to move on to the semifinals in the winners bracket. So really good stuff coming out from there. And SG-1, by many people's estimations, this was an upset.
They've been getting a lot better, and REUNITED, as you mentioned, has been rattled lately. So it is an upset, not of the highest order, and SG-1 has beaten this REUNITED team before. But I think a lot of people, if you just looked at it, you say, well, SG-1 can take a map, maybe it'll give them a good fight, but I don't expect them to win it. SG-1 has done nothing but get better since this game's been released. They were always that mid-level team. Now they're definitely on the rise. And like I said earlier, EU seems wide open to me. So SG-1 is going to go on and I believe face Creation Esports. That should be interesting.
I think Creation will probably be the slightly stronger of the two teams if that matchup comes to pass. But again, for SG-1, I'm not that surprised here. REUNITED has been on decline recently. SG-1 has been on the rise. And that is how you get upsets. Looking at the rest of the bracket, by the way, Misfits, of course, is going up against Too Strong, Rogue against Anox, and Creation versus Pretz, where Creation probably should get through Pretz. That would be a very, like we talk about SG-1 over REUNITED being a bit of an upset. If Pretz were able to take out Creation, that would be the upset of upsets, because even though Pretz has been a dark horse, there's a much bigger perceived difference between the two teams skill-wise.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, give Pretz their props. They've been in every tournament lately. I've seen them in some of the qualifiers as well, making it pretty far as well. So they're definitely a team that is no longer even really, I guess dark horse is still maybe the applicable term, but they've been also getting better and better since we've seen them long ago. So they are not going to be Creation in my estimation, but definitely good props to them.
So right now we're seeing